Coming in from the west-southwest at 60
Welcome
miles per hour.
to Jerry Dawson Field.
Televised or streamed, I should say, on our
We are
YouTube
ready to
channel.
go for round
It is
two.
too long for me to announce it, so if you want to send it off to a family member, come up
The
to the
Chaparral
booth, and
Firebirds
I will text you
against the
link.
Sandra Day O'Connor Eagles. So umpires strolling in from the parking lot. My name's John Flores, and we are at Jerry Dawson Field on the campus of Chaparral High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. For those of you that are tuning in to watch and listen, we appreciate you. I want to start by thanking Between the Lines, all of your baseball and softball needs on the corner of Thunderbird and Scottsdale Road. Scott, Kerry, and his crew there just do a fantastic job of servicing all the baseball and softball needs of everybody in these parts. I've been there a few times and walk in and ask questions, and they got the answer and they got the product. And I asked Scott about shoes one time, and he must have named off 15 different styles of shoes and what's good and what's bad and what you like and what you don't. So they will take care of you, and thank you very much, Between the Lines, for our camera sponsorship and getting us out here today for a great Desert Valley 6A matchup. These two teams played on Friday. Ended up being a win for the Eagles. Eagles did a little bit of damage in the first. They got a couple runs in the first. Pushed one over on a couple hits in the second. In the third, they pushed across another run. Actually, they pushed across three more on a double, an error, a single, and another error. So the Firebirds kind of kicked it around a little bit in that inning and put a three spot on the board. Sam Steingard came in, got a quick 1-2-3 inning, and then the floodgates kind of hit us. So that was after the Firebirds had put up a four spot in their fifth inning, and then the Eagles come out and throw up three right back at us on a walk, a single, and a walk. And high school baseball, you do that, and it's probably going to be a tough inning, and it turned out to be that way, but they got three back. So the Firebirds lose round one to the Eagles. And we are ready now for round two, just here in about 5 minutes. Let me give you the lineups. First, for the visiting Sandra Day O'Connor Eagles, facing off against the Firebirds. So you got the right fielder, number 2, Noah Nithman. Batting second, the shortstop, number 4, Chase Valentine. Batting third, the DH, number 16, Mason Scowgroup. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 6, Colton Kucera. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 5, Barrett Scowgroup. I'll get close. Next is the first baseman, number 17, Cal Lambert. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 13, Braden Nichols. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 7, Preston Lucas. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Amari Barti. Pitching today for the Eagles is Cannon Smith. Cannon Smith making his first ever varsity appearance on Jerry Dawson Field today. So exciting time for Cannon and his family. So let's go to the Firebird lineup. Leading off in center field, Connor Jones. The 2-hole pitching, Enzo Apodaca. In the 3-hole, his pretty commonplace, the first baseman, number 24, Tyler Stone. Cade Carney moves up a spot and moves around on defense. Carney playing second base today. He's number 4, and he's hitting in the 4-hole. And the 5-hole is the new DH for the day, Trevor Long. Logan Bach playing in the outfield today. He's hitting 6th. 7th, Jackson Grace. Tegan Carey moves over from second base to shortstop. And Sebastian Laguna behind the plate catching today. So as you Firebirds fans might notice, there is some significant changes in the lineup. What you're seeing here is something that is not a surprise in my mind. I've seen Trevor Long battling what I would call fielding a ground ball with the bat and hitting with the glove. And that's something the coaching staff is trying to solve today. This baseball team needs Trevor Long. He is a force to be reckoned with when his bat's on. And it just hasn't been as much as I'm sure he would expect lately. relax, watch a little baseball, go up and hit 4, hopefully 5 times, let it fly and relax. Then we'll get you back out there, maybe at third base, maybe at shortstop. But the last couple games we've seen Trevor out at short, he looked like he was trying so hard not to make a mistake that it was just affecting his play. It was affecting his play offensively and defensively. And that's just not Trevor. He's so much better when he's just playing the game, relaxing. So I like the move today. I like that Trevor's getting a chance to just watch the game, relax, have some fun, maybe mess around in the dugout a little bit with his teammates instead of being out there being concerned he's got to feel the ball and throw it across the diamond. So the good news here is it goes Jones, Apodaca, Stone, Carney, Long. Long gets to move down a spot in the lineup. Bach moves down a couple spots. Jackson Grace, who we haven't seen for a while, is now in the lineup at third base. And that moves Cade Carney over to second. And that also moves Tegan Carey out to short. So I'm sure the little bit of concern for the Firebird coaching staff is we needed to make this change. It was a change that had to happen, but at the same point, now you've put 3 young men, Tegan Carey, Jackson Grace, and Cade Carney, at places they either haven't played at all or haven't played much, and that's got to be a concern. That is a concern that I'm sure they're worried about, and something that you hope you took enough. If you got disconnected, we're going to do our best. It looks like we got you right back. I'm going to fix the headphones here. There we go. Now we're fixed. So Coach Abrams and the skipper from the Eagles are out talking to the umpires. They go over lineups. They go over ground rules. And then they probably shoot the breeze a little bit out there, it looks like, as they're laughing and joking around. When they're done, the Firebirds look like they are ready to take the field. Kind of the surprise starter for you today, which he has not done all year, is Enzo Apodaca. So they've taken kind of one of their 2 most reliable relievers and moved him into the starting lineup as the pitcher. We are ready for the national anthem, so I'll be back in just a minute.
Please all rise, take up your hat for the national anthem.
National anthem done, and we are ready for Enzo Apodaca to get his warm-up pitches in and get ready to go. So you get 8 warm-up pitches. The infielders kind of flip it around and get their arms loose again.
And your Firebirds lineup for today. Leading off for Chaparral. Number 28, Connor Jones in center field. Batting second, Pitching. Number 5, Enzo Apodaca. Playing first base, batting third. Number 24, Tyler Stone. Batting fourth, second baseman. Number 4, Kate Carney. Batting fifth, your DH. Number 11, Trevor Long. Your right fielder, number 12, Logan Bach. Playing third base, number 17, Jackson Grace. At shortstop, batting eighth, number 32, Keegan Carey. Behind the plate today, batting ninth, number 34, Sebastian Laguna.
Leading off for the Eagles on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon is Noah Nifman. So Noah did not have an at-bat in the first matchup against the Firebirds. So some sort of lineup change here for Coach Bumgarner. Nifman's rolling up to the plate. Ready to go to get this game started. Nifman's a 5'10", 165-pound left-handed hitting junior from Sandra Day O'Connor. Apodaca ready to go, and let's play ball. Pitch on the way. Jammed, flipped out to center field. Center fielder coming hard. Makes an easy catch, does Connor Jones. One pitch, one out. Great start for Enzo. Got that ball up and in a little bit and jammed him.
You're running, boys. Number 4, Valentine.
So Chase Valentine strides to the plate. We saw Valentine on the mound at the end of the first game a few days ago, where Valentine was the closer for the Eagles. First pitch up and away. Valentine, last game, was 1 for 4. Ground out to third, ground short, got a push bunt, base hit, and then hit into a double play. Up and away with a fastball, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 on Valentine, 1 out, top of the first, Jerry Dawson Field. Wind's starting to pick up here a little bit. Could be interesting for the outfielders if the ball gets up in that wind. It's going to, the infielders need to be prepared. A fly ball to the second baseman could potentially end up over by Tyler Stone at first base, so they got to be ready. Apodaca now behind 3-0, and the pitch. Got in there, down and in, ball 1, strike 1, excuse me. 3-1 to Valentine. Nifman flew out on the first pitch of the game to center field, so there's 1 out, top of the first. Same pitch, same result. Fastball paints the inside corner. Enzo gets all the way back to even in the count. 3-2, 1 out. Fouled straight back on a big hack by Valentine. Enzo looks like he's just challenging him now. You're not going to walk. You're going to have to swing it. Going to go after him. Three-two. And the pitch. Just missed on the inside corner for ball 4. Valentine walks. So he's down at first base.
16,
that brings up Mason Skagrud. So Skagrud was 2 for 3. Ground out to first, double to right center, walk, and single up the middle. So had a good game against the Firebirds on Friday. Valentine at first, Skagrud at the plate, 1 out, top of the first. Apodaca ready in the pitch. Something off speed, stays up and in.
Let's go, Zo.
Skagrud's a senior, 6'4", 180. Hits from the left side. We'll pick over to first. Valentine in, standing up. Enzo's, that pick move is strictly for first move. If you're going to run, you're going to have to go first move, and if you do, and he picks over, should have an out. Fastball in, just misses, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now. So we talked about this is Enzo's first start of the season, maybe his first start of his Chaparral varsity career. So it's an interesting time to be moving into the starting role. Fastball down. Valentine jumps out there and gets back.
Let's go, Zo.
So 3-0 on Skagrud. Colton Kucera on deck. And Enzo's got to
Hey, roll it up, boys.
get the ball in the zone here. The 3-0 pitch. Got it on the outside corner.
Are you on game changer, Ryan? Yes, sir. Yeah, he's on it.
So 3-1 to Skagrud. Valentine at first. Apodaca on the mound. Enzo 11 pitches into this AB. Another pick over to first base. I like it. You got to keep doing it. That's a weapon lefties have that others don't get. And again, it doesn't matter if he gets back easy. You're just trying to pick the pitch where he's going first move, and you get a free out. Picked again. Good job there by Enzo. Still 3-1 to Skagrud. Skagrud's the junior. Is a junior. He is the DH today. Enzo comes set at the waist, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, kind of up and away. Chased it a little bit. So another full count. 2 hitters in a row go to full count. 3-2-1 out. Might see Valentine go here. If he does, I would assume it'll be a late jump. Won't go on first move. You're relying on your hitter here to put the ball in play and not strike out. So it's not a hit and run, because you're not forcing your hitter to swing. But if you do send Valentine, you can't afford for him to get picked off. As we saw, Enzo just picked there. That's why. He might be running. If he does, it'll be a late jump. If he does not, Skagrud fouls it off down the left field side, up and over the Chaparral dugout. Out of play. And the Eagles are piling up some pitches here on Enzo Apodaca.
Let's go, Zo.
13 pitches in here. We got 1 out. Valentine on. Another pick to first. Valentine gets back easily. The 3-2, 1 out, top of the first. Eagles and Firebirds. 6A Desert Valley matchup. Big fastball up and in. Got
Very
him
nice,
swinging.
Zo. Way to compete, son.
Came way up and in. Got the swinging strike for the second out of the inning. Big out right there. Brings up Colton Kucera. Colton Kucera, 5'11", 172-pound junior. Looks like a jack of all trades. Infield, outfield, pitches. Does it all. On Friday, Kucera had 2 hits. He went 2 for 4. A ground ball to left, line drive to left. Fouled off down the third baseline. Jackson Grace gives it a chase. No balls, 1 strike. As I was saying, Kucera went 2 for 4 just a few days ago. Hard line drive to left for the stolen base. Ground ball past the third baseman. Fly out to center and a ground ball to left. So looks like a pull type of guy, and quite possibly Enzo just going to stay away. Picks over to first. Valentine back, standing up again. Enzo comes set, and the 0-1 pitch. Down and in. Sebastian Laguna's got to get the shin guards dirty, make sure it stays in front of him, keep that runner out of scoring position. 1-1 now on Kucera. Barrett Skagrud on deck. Cal Lambert in the hole for the Eagles. And the pitch. Down in the dirt again. Blocked by Sebastian Laguna. Maybe see a little bit of the, this is not the normal Enzo that we see where he's just, I mean, it's strike after strike after strike. I think 2 outings ago we counted 12. His first 12 pitches were all strikes. It's just different. Starting is different. It's a different setup. It's a different length of time to prep. all of those things make it different, and all those things add into maybe just not quite getting in the rhythm yet. I fully expect that he'll get in the rhythm and start just pouring the ball across home plate, which means then the defense has got to play. They have to perform because that's Enzo's deal. He's going to throw the ball across home plate and make the defense play. Fastball away, fouled off, up and over the Silver Monster. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Enzo 1 strike away from getting out of the top of the first here. Valentine still at first. And the pitch. Fastball up and away, foul tip, caught by Sebastian Laguna. Swinging strike 3. Looks like he chased that one a little bit. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Eagles get no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. And we're going to move to the bottom of the first. Connor Jones, Enzo Apodaca, when we come back in just a minute. We are ready for the...
And here we go now. Leading
Cannon
off
Smith
for your Chaparral Firebirds,
finishes
senior,
up his
number
warm-up
28,
tosses, and we
Connor
are
Jones.
ready to rock. Leading off, Connor Jones. Went 1 for 4 against the Eagles last time around. Jones playing center field today. Facing Cannon Smith. So Cannon, I got to talk to his grandfather briefly. Said this is his first varsity appearance. So congratulations to the sophomore right-hander. And he's going to face a lineup that is starving for a win and full of first 3 guys coming to the plate, first 4 guys, first 4, 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7, first 6 out of 7 left-handed hitters. So tough duty there for Cannon Smith. But his grandfather, who's here at the ballpark, seemed to think he's ready to go. Going to throw out of the stretch the whole time. It's not out of the windup. And the bottom of the first pitch goes behind Connor Jones. 1 ball, no strikes to Jones. Never know. Smith might have a few nerves here to start with and have to get through it a little bit to tell himself it's just baseball. Been doing it a long time. There it is. Fastball. Pours it in there middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the first. No score. Enzo Apodaca allowed a walk in the first, but then came back, got 2 big strikeouts after the walk. Change up, down and away, good pitch there. Fouled off by Jones over the third base dugout.
Let's go, Jonesy.
So Smith gets right back in the count. 2-1 now.
1-2.
Excuse me, 1-2 to Jones, the senior. Catcher setting up away. Fastball in, grounded on the ground to second baseman. Little candy hop, flips it over to first for the 4-3 put out.
Now batting number 5, Enzo Apodaca.
Enzo Apodaca now to the plate. Left-handed hitting junior. He's pitching today. Kind of his customary 2-hole spot. Jones grounds out. Apodaca to the plate with 1 out now in the bottom of the first. Cannon Smith comes set at the chest and the pitch. Pretty far out there, gets the called strike 1. Hard to tell this early in the game if you're going to get a big zone or a small zone or anything like that. So these first few guys for both teams just trying to feel it out. Fastball in, gets the call. Enzo scooches out of the way, but still gets the call. No balls, 2 strikes now to Enzo, and Smith looks like he's going to throw strikes coming out. First pitch was a ball, and since then 5 straight. Change up. Enzo gets a piece, fouls it off, stays alive.
Let's go, Zoe.
Good
Battle
pitch
with 2.
there. Righty, lefty, change up down. Fastball, leaves it up. Try to see if he'd chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first. Firebirds trying to get some runners on base in front of Stone, Carney, and Long. Change up down and away. Enzo rips it into left field. Drops in front of the left fielder for a single to the left. And the Firebirds get their first base runner. Just took that little change up down and away and flipped it over the shortstop's head for a single.
24, Tyler Stone.
Tyler Stone strides to the plate now. Left-handed hitting first baseman, number 24. He is also a junior. Going to hear that a lot today. Firebirds, a heavily junior-laden team. Back to that same conversation that I'm sure the coaching staff is having. What do you do here? Do you, depending on how fast Cannon Smith delivers to the plate, do you let Tristan Regan, who has now ran for Enzo, do you cut him loose and let him use his speed? Or do you leave Tyler Stone with that empty spot over there? Stone chases one down and away. Fouled off over by Coach Chris Lyman. No balls, 1 strike to Stone. Reagan, the courtesy runner for Enzo. Enzo's the pitcher, so pitchers and catchers are allowed a courtesy runner. Smith comes set, and the 0-1 pitch. Slider on the outside half. Reagan slides into second, easily safe. So stolen base by Tristan Regan.
All right, Ty, you got a battle with 2. Find the barrel.
Tyler Stone goes ahead and takes that slider on that's down and away. Looked like the first pitch might have been a changeup, down and away. So as we saw just a few days ago, this team's not going to let Tyler hit fastballs. Change up down. Tyler rolls it over up the middle. Second baseman goes to the backhand. Flips over to first and gets Stone out at first base.
Way out.
Number 4, K. Carney.
Cade Carney steps in. Playing second base today, so a new position for Cade. Hitting the 4-hole, so also batting in a new position. So Carney got a bunch of changes for today's game. Trying to find the right lineup and setup that works. Smith goes cutter on the mid, ends up middle.
Stay hot. Come on now. Let's go, Caterade.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now, bottom of the first. Tristan Regan, the courtesy run for Enzo Apodaca at third after the stolen base. He moved up to third on the ground ball by Stone. Carney trying to get that first run in. Fastball down and away, misses, ball 1.
Come on, Kate, drive him in.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Bottom of the first. Carney at the plate. Cannon Smith. Carney with a big rip, misses it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 and 2 to Carney. Cannon Smith comes set at the chin and the pitch. Fastball, cutter, looked like. Little slider looking pitch down and in. Good spot, kind of back ankle slider to Carney. He takes that one, goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no score. Regan at third. Carney leans in and takes one right off the front knee.
All right, let's go, Trevor.
So Carney gets the hit by pitch to get down to first. Ball gets away, but as soon as it hit Carney, it's a dead ball. So Regan could not score from third after the ball got away. That brings up Trevor Long. So Long now in the DH position. Like we talked about before, a little mental rest for Trevor. All he's got to do today is just go up and hit. So let's hope that that move worked and Trevor can get into one here early in the game and throw the Firebirds on his back a little bit. Smith picks over, Carney back in easily. Not sure if that was his best move or not. It wasn't real quick, so got to assume maybe he's got a quicker one. Firebirds doing to Smith what the Eagles did to Apodaca, and that is piling up some of those pitches. Another slider, down and in, called, strike one. Long went 1 for 4 a few days ago against the Eagles. Single to right, line out to right, double play, and a fielder's choice. Third to first move, both runners back. Heard people say that move never works. It works when the runner at first was going. That's the only time. The rest of the time it doesn't work. The 0-1 to Long. Slider down and away, gets away. Regan with a really good read. He scores easily. Carney up to second base on the wild pitch. And the Firebirds
Keep going, Trevor. Here we go.
take the lead. 1-0 on the wild pitch. So Preston Lucas, the catcher, he tried. He got his shin guards down, and it just landed too short. Popped up and to his left. Tristan Regan had a real good read from third base. Read that early and was long gone with his speed. So now an opportunity for Trevor Long to get that second run across. Fastball down and away in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2-1 to Long. 1 run in for the Firebirds. Bottom of the first. And the pitch. Slider on the outside half. Big swing and a miss.
Come on, Long, you got this. Keep it in.
Good rip by Trevor. Just looked like he got fooled a little and tried to pull it. If he stays with that ball and shoots it to right center where he's got plenty of power to right center, that ball, that might have been a fish me off the fence. One for the Eagle outfielders. Smith steps off the back, resets. Lucas giving the sign, Long wiggling the bat, and we are ready for the 2-2. Slider inside, goes through the front door, called, strike 3 looking. So Long gets 4 out of 5 sliders and ends up striking out on a slider on the inside half, which will move us to the top of the second. Not before the Firebirds put a run on the board on a base hit, a stolen base, a hit by pitch, and a wild pitch, and a little freebie run there, and we will take it, Firebird fans. It's 1-0 Firebirds, moving to the second. 22 pitches that inning thrown by Cannon Smith, so good job by the Firebirds to get a run and pile up some pitches. Coming up for the Eagles, Barrett Scowgrew, Cal Lambert, and Braden Nichols in about 1 minute. off we go. Top of the second. Barrett Scowgrood leading off for the Eagles. Hit hard to right center field, deep in the gap. Both outfielders with their backs turned. Bounces off the track and rolls out into Gold Dust Avenue over to the church. So first pitch swinging for Scowgrood, and he doubles to right center. A ball that was well hit.
17, Lambert.
Brings up Cal Lambert. Lambert was a tough out a few days ago up at Sandra Day O'Connor. Lambert went 3 for 4, 3 singles and a double play ball, so he was a tough out to get, hitting the ball middle to the left side. Tries to get it over to the right side, gets it over there enough. Cade Carney fields it up the middle, flips it over to Tyler Stone for the first out of the inning, but Lambert got his job done. He's getting high fives in the dugout because right there, that was his job, was to get that ball behind the runner and advance that runner over to third with 1 out.
All right, let's go, Zoe.
Braden Nichols now to the plate. Looks like Firebirds have brought their corners in. Middle guys are staying back. Fastball down and away, ball 1. The 1-0. Down and away, fouled off. Evens up the count, 1-1. Good pitch there by Enzo, keeping the ball out of the middle of the plate. One ball, 1 strike. Change up stays way up and away. 2-1 now on Braden Nichols. Nichols went 0 for 4 on Friday against the Firebirds. Couple strikeouts, fly out, and a ground ball with shortstop. There's a ball whistled in the right center gap. Splits the outfielders, rolls all the way to the fence. So good piece of hitting 2 times in a row there as the Barrett Scowgrood scores, and it's 1-1. Preston Lucas now digging in, the catcher for the Eagles. Fouled off the knuckles. Lucas went 0 for 2 his first round. A ground ball aired to the shortstop, fly out to left field, and a sac bunt. 0 for 2 Friday the Firebirds. No balls, 1 strike to Nichols. Two doubles in the inning. 1 run so far pushed across. And the 0-1. He is not in a move him over scenario here like Cal Lambert was. He is looking to drive him in. You don't want to move the guy with an out to third base. Fastball in the dirt. Runners off and running. Long throw out the middle. Ball gets away from Tegan Carey, goes all the way to center field, and Braden Nichols scores on an E2. So it was a ball in the dirt that Sebastian Laguna blocked. The runner realized he would have been out at second, took off for third, and the throw was wild, got away from Tegan Carey, and next thing you know, it's got away far enough to score all the way from second base on a 2-base error by Sebastian Laguna. So the Eagles take the lead 2-1. Preston Lucas now worked the count to 3-1. Fastball down and away misses, and it's ball 4 to Preston Lucas.
12th round for catching.
Courtesy runner comes in for Preston Lucas out at first base. That's number 12, Chase Van Dyke. Chase was also a courtesy runner in the game on Friday. So the Lucas walk brings Amari Barti to the plate. Playing center field today. Big swing and a miss, strike one. Van Dyke at first, running for Lucas. Amari Barti, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the second. Breaking ball in. He turns, but it gets him on the body armor off the elbow. Sounds like a foul ball, but it got him right off the body armor. So on the curveball, we get the hit by pitch. You got 2 guys on now without having to swing the bat. So Enzo looking for that double play ground ball. That brings up Noah Nithman. And that also brings out the pitching coach from the Firebird dugout to talk to Enzo. Coach Alex Adrian out now to talk to Enzo and the infielders. Probably covering a couple things. One would be, you just never know. This is the leadoff guy, Jackson Grace, over at third. He might lay it down. This is definitely a small ball team, as we saw just a few days ago, where they're going to bunt in most situations that are buntable. This is not one of those, but it would be a situation where a drag bunt could very well be a good option for a small ball style team. So Chase Van Dyke running for Lucas at second. Barty at first, 1 out. Top of the second. No count to Nithman and the pitch. Misses down, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Those of you that have seen Enzo pitch before, this is very, very uncommon to fall behind, not be throwing strikes early and often, and that's probably as much as anything. It's the first time he started in who knows how long, maybe since his freshman year, that he's had a starting opportunity. Another ball in the dirt, kicks away a little bit from Sebastian.
Got him.
Gets away
Seabass.
2 or 3 feet. Seabass picks it up, whips it down to Jackson Grace at third base. And a huge out there on the bases as Chase Van Dyke tries to get in there. He's thrown out 2-5 on the putout. And now you've got the big second out of the inning. Amari Barti moves up to second on the wild pitch. 2-0 on Nithman. Fastball middle gets ripped to center field. Jones on his horse, going back over Jones's head, all the way to the track. Jones gets it in, hits the front cutoff relay coming into third base, and Nithman is in there with a sliding triple.
Playing deeper.
So a booming triple to center field gets over Jones's head. Looked like he might have had a track on it to start, but it just kept carrying. And boy, that base running mistake is even bigger as Amari Barti scores on the triple, so it's an RBI triple for Noah Nithman. And the Eagles now up 3-1. First pitch, down and away, misses, ball 1. Two outs, top of the second. Fastball up and away, stays up.
You got his out.
2 balls, no strikes. And as we talked about earlier, this is just not common for Enzo being behind in the count. Boy, usually he is controlling the strike zone, controlling the count. There's a fly ball hit out to Jones in center field. A couple steps to his right, looks routine, makes the catch and ends the inning. Not before the Eagles put up a 3 spot. They get 3 runs on 3 extra base hit, mixed in with a walk and a hit by pitch. And the Eagles take the lead 3-1 as we go to the second. Coming up for the Firebirds in the bottom of 2. It'll be Logan Bach, Jackson Grace, and Tegan Carey in about 1 minute. Leading off for the Firebirds. Left-handed hitting right fielder. He's a junior. Logan Bach.
Batting number 12. Logan. Bach.
Bach went 0 for 4 on Friday against the Firebirds. Ground out to first, ground out to short, ground out to second, and a ground out to the pitcher. So never got the ball out of the infield. So I'm sure Logan's looking to drive a few balls in the gaps here as we go against Cannon Smith. Again, Cannon making his first career varsity appearance. Cutter shaves the inside corner. Bach gets out of the way, gets the call. No balls, 1 strike to Bach.
Come on, Logie.
Fastball down and away, tried to pull it, hits it on the ground of the second baseman. He tackles it, flips it, and Bach beats it out on the bootsy by the second baseman.
Now batting number 17.
Barrett Scouger.
Senior Jackson Grace.
So the fastball down and away, and he just rolled it over out to the second baseman, and the Firebirds will take the E4 and get themselves a base runner to bring up Jackson Grace. Grace playing third base today. Left-handed hitting senior Jackson Grace. Bach on the Grace, swing and a miss in the second, and he beats it on the stolen base by Logan Bach. So that looked like a hit and run there for Jackson Grace, and he just swung through it on the hit and run.
All right, Gracie, drive him home. Let's go.
And now Grace has a new job to do. So the hit and run goes away. Now he's got to pull. Get up on the plate, let the barrel fly, and let's whistle something to the right side. Worst case, Bach gets to third. Best case, we got a big inning going. Smith the pitch, down and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Grace. Checks Bach at second and the pitch. Tries to come in the back door with a slider. Not gonna do it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-1 to Grace. Bach out at second, nobody out. Bottom of the second. Firebirds looking to answer back that 3-run top of the second by the Eagles. There it is. Fastball in. He gets his job done. Routine ground ball over to second base. So Grace gets his job done on a fastball down and in, pulls it on the ground to the second baseman.
Number 34, Sebastian Laguna.
That moves Bach over to third base. And that brings up Sebastian Laguna. I thought it was going to be Tegan Carey, so I got my lineup in the wrong order. And Sebastian now has his job to do. Fastball away, swing and a miss. Laguna's now, the Eagles have given up this run. They're defensively, unless you're to the pitcher, you should be scoring here. So Seabass got to get this ball in play, and he does. Hard ground ball to shortstop, a couple steps to his right. Flips it across to first base. And the RBI ground out, 6-3 for Sebastian Laguna, allows Logan Bach to score. So both Firebird hitters do their job. Do their job. Move them over. Get them on, get them over, get them in. And that is exactly what they did. That brings up the shortstop, Tegan Carey.
Come on, T.
Carey in a new spot defensively. First pitch called, strike 1. Three-two Eagles. Carey trying to get a new inning started. Fouled off, straight back. Good swing
Hey, battle
there.
with 2, find a barrel.
Little cutter on the bottom half. Fouls it off. No balls, 2 strikes now to Carey.
You got it, T.
Tegan digging in, trying to find a way to get on base, get us back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. Fastball way outside.
He's lined up in the other's batter's box.
And that was ugly. because that was a good 8, 10, 12 inches off. I'm not sure what you
20.
expect Tegan Carey to do with that pitch other than put it in the memory bank and
Come on,
know that
bud,
with
you gotta
2
be better than
strikes, I guess you're going to have to swing at a ball that's about as wide as the plate off. So strikeout look in there for Carey. But the Firebirds do get an error, a stolen base, a move them over, and a drive them in, and they make it 3-2 as we move on to the third. In the third, for the Eagles, we are going to have Chase Valentine. Oh, I might have messed up my scorebook here. I think it's going to be Mason Scowgrood as the wind almost blows us off the perch here. Chase Valentine, Mason Scowgrood, Colton Cusera, and Barrett Scowgrood. We'll be back in a minute. I'll get it right. Off we go to the bottom of the third. New pitcher for the Firebirds is Lucas Haugen, number 19. And he throws first pitch called, strike 1. Fastball down, rolled over by Mason Scowgrood. Scowgrood struck out his first at-bat, struck out swinging. 3-2 Eagles, top of the third. That is no farther outside than what we just saw a minute ago. The difference being Seabass wasn't set up out there and didn't catch it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Scowgrood. The Mason version of the Scowgrood. Change up away, big swing and a miss, strike 3.
Lucas.
Great location there for the changeup. Lefty, lefty.
Number 6, Kuchera.
Colton Cusera now to the plate. Cusera also struck out his first at-bat against Enzo Apodaca. A few days ago, he went 2 for 4. The 1-0. Killed the left field, down the left field line. The wind's holding it up a little bit. Gets all the way to the fence. And another double for the Eagles. That was Mario Divineri who's being DH'd for. That's why I haven't seen him in the lineup.
That's Jonesy.
Oh, excuse me, we moved some guys around. So Jones is back in left. That put Enzo out to center. So the double to left, down the left field line by Cusera, puts him in at second base and brings up Garrett Scowgrood, who crushed the ball to right center his first at-bat. Haugen kicks and deals, hits to the left and through the hole between the short and third base. Jones comes in hard, does not field it at all, gets under his glove. That allows Scowgrood to hustle into second base. So it's a Single to left by Barrett Scowgrud on the ground, just well placed. And then an E7 on Jones to move up to second base. So you don't get to give an error on the run score there. You can't assume that Jones fields it and makes a great throw to the plate and all that, but you do definitely get to give an error there on Jones for Scowgrud, who was going to stop it first. That was pretty much right at Jones. And that brings Cal Lambert to the plate. So 4-2 now Eagles. Lambert at the plate, grounded out up the middle his first at bat. Good spot there. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike to Lambert. Change up, hit hard to center field. Apodaca has to go back 5 or 6 steps. He's behind it. And the throw coming in. Overshoots the cutoff. And that allows Barrett Scowgrud to tag and get into third base. So Lambert hits the ball pretty deep and deep enough to allow Barrett Scowgrud to move up. So it's an F8 for Lambert for the second out of the inning. Haugen is trying hard here to hold Brady Nichols down and keep that run out there and leave it at 4-2. The 0-0 paints the inside corner. Called strike 1. Good pitch there by Lucas. He's got a show in there every now and then as he's working the ball down and away from these right-handed hitters. Breaking ball, fouled off at home plate, way out in front of that one. No balls, 2 strikes now. Nichols at the plate. Barrett Scowgrud out at third after the single and an error, moved up to second, moved up to third on the fly ball by Cal Lambert, and it's 0-2 on Braden Nichols. Fouled off down the right field line. Tyler Stone chases it to the fence, falls about 6 feet over the fence, foul. Nichols stays alive. 0-2 on Nichols. And the pitch. Fastball in, jammed him. Grace got to come get it. Throw over to first base. Gets him at first base for the third out of the inning. So he got Lucas Haugen got the fastball in, jammed him pretty good. Grace came hard, made the throw over to first. And the 5-3 is the third out of the inning. So they hold him to 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Firebirds need to keep scoring. It's going to be top of the order. Connor Jones, Enzo Apodaca, and Tyler Stone in 1 minute. We're back, and Connor Jones leading off the bottom of the third. 4-2 Eagles here at Jerry Dawson Field on the campus of Chaparral High School. Jones 0 for 1, grounded out to second base his first at bat. Fastball down and away by Connor Smith, paints the outside corner, called strike 1. The 0-1. Jones rips it hard, but right at the shortstop. Valentine fields it, flips it across, and there's a 1 quick out on the 6-3 put out. 1 down here, bottom of the 3rd.
Batting number 5, Enzo Apodaca.
Enzo now stepping in. Got the only hit of the Firebirds so far this game. He had a single to left field. And ended up scoring. Tristan Regan was the courtesy runner for him and ended up scoring later in that inning. Fastball in. Scooch out of the way for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Enzo from Cannon Smith. Another one way inside. 2 balls, no strikes now to Enzo.
Let's go, Zo!
Firebirds trying to get something going. Trying to get a couple base runners here. See if we can put together a big inning here at the top of the lineup. Cannon Smith ready and the pitch. Middle, and Enzo rips it into right field. Right fielder going back, catches it up about neck high. And it was lined to the right fielder in the right center gap. The right fielder goes out and makes the catch.
Number 24, Tyler Stone.
The line out by Apodaca brings up Tyler Stone, first baseman, left-handed hitting junior. He is an early commit to the University of New Mexico, so he's going to be bouncing around at the enchilada joints in Albuquerque, New Mexico here in about 18 months. Slider tries to come in the back door, no dice, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to Stone, 2 out, bottom of the 3rd. Big swing and a miss, fouled up and over the backstop.
Come on, T.
Firebirds still with 1 hit in the game, so they're still looking to get it going against Cannon Smith. I'm sure the coaching staff is talking to the boys about their first at-bat. It's Tyler Stone, for example. That's the, out of 5 pitches, he's only seen 2 fastballs, so you got to figure that's probably the type of thing he's going to see, and what he saw on Friday as well. There's a pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Stone.
Hey, driver line driver, let's go.
And the 2-1. Fastball gets all the way in, misses.
Hey, best count.
3-1 now to Stone. Trying to get Cade Carney up to the plate here.
Come get here, baby. Come get him.
Turn on it.
Time to get the barrel out and let one fly. Fastball ripped down the right field line. Duck hook. Foul. A little too early on that one.
Hey, knocker walk. Let's go.
Stone all of a sudden seeing a few more fastballs. That's probably a result of being up 4-2 and nobody on. Coaching staff probably just said, let's go get him. Let's see it. Off-speed pitch ripped between first and second base for a base hit for Stone. Looks like he tried to go with the changeup, left it up. Stone recognized the changeups up or always be hit.
Cade Carney.
Stone gets the second hit of the game for the Firebirds. That brings up Cade Carney. Carney 0 for 0. Doesn't have an official at-bat after he was hit by pitches first time. Went 2 for 3 on Friday against the Eagles with 2 knocks up the middle and a strikeout and a walk. Stone at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd, 4-2 Eagles. Fastball down and away, big swing and a miss by Cade Carney. Fastball way down and away, misses again. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Cade Carney. Stone still leading off at first. Carney now the tying run here in the bottom of the 3rd. Smith kicks and delivers. Change up, kind of down middle. Swing
on,
and
Cade.
miss there by Cade. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Carney. love to see one of those balls. He's hit a few times here lately right down the right field line. The right fielder is way off in the gap, so it'd go forever and Stone could score from first. Got inside, fouled it off down the first base line.
There you go, keep battling.
One and two to Carney. Steps back in, and we're ready to go. Cannon Smith comes set at the neck, and the pitch. Misses with an off-speed pitch down and away. Good take there by Cade. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, trying to fight his way back. Carney is a junior, been playing third base almost all year. Today has been moved over to second base. Fastball down and in, misses, just missed.
There you go, knock or walk, let's go.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This gets Stone an opportunity to be off and running. As you can see on the television feed, the first baseman is now backed way up. That extra distance is important for that first baseman, especially with a left-handed hitter at the plate. Stone off and running. Carney swing and a miss, down and in. And that is strike 3, and that is the end of the bottom of the third.
I'd like to remind everybody that our snack bar is open.
Firebirds get no runs,
Plenty of cold beverages,
1
ice
hit,
cream.
no errors, and 1 man left on base as we now move to the 4th.
Banner scoreboard mentions out here. We got
Going to the 4th, Preston Lucas, Amari Barti, and Noah Nithman when we get back in about 1 minute.
We got also between the lines.
We're back for the top of the 4th for the Eagles. Leading off, the catcher, Preston Lucas, walked his first at bat. Lucas 0 for 2 on Friday against the Firebirds, so looking for his first knock against the Firebirds. Still out there for the Firebirds, Lucas Haugen, the left-handed throw-in senior. Fastball in, just misses, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike to Lucas. Fastball down and in, flips it out to left field. Connor Jones takes a couple steps in, then a couple steps back, makes the easy catch for a routine fly ball to left. Lucas kind of inside out at that pitch. And Haugen's got a quick first out here in the top of the 4th. Fly ball hit out to right center field. Both outfielders chasing it. Enzo Apodaca sliding into right center field to make the catch.
Job, Zo! They ain't talking.
That is one that I think the 2 outfielders will probably communicate after that play and make sure that either Enzo doesn't call it too early or Logan Bach realizes that ball's going to carry back over to him. With this wind blowing out to right, from left, it is just going to carry right out there. So Enzo had to go a long way to make that out. But it's 2 quick outs for Lucas Haugen. And first pitch to Nifman, a nasty changeup on the outside half. And it's 0-1 to Nifman. Bugs Bunny breaking ball, doesn't get the call.
Looney Tunes references. Love it.
Fastball down and away. Seabass, I'm sure would tell you he butchered that one as he carved it up, brought the frying pan out, and then somehow caught it and got the call, so we'll take it. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Haugen's ready to go. Big old loopy breaking ball. Doesn't come through the front door, almost. The infielders thought it was a strike. They were out of there. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Nifman. He tripled his last time up. There's the changeup down and away. Paints the outside corner. Nifman got a few words to say for the umpires. He's heading back to the dugout, but it's too late now. That's a called strike 3 and a real quick inning for Lucas Haugen. As he goes, no runs. And a Trevor Long. We are ready for the bottom of the 4th. Pinch hitting for Trevor Long is number 21, John Flores. So Flores pinch hitting for Smith. 4-2 Eagles, bottom of the 4th. Nobody on, nobody out. First pitch of the inning. Cannon Smith gets his sign, comes set, and we are ready to go. Big swing and a miss on the cutter down. Spot in the 5-hole. No balls, 1 strike here to Flores. Flores now leading off. Big hack at a slider up. Got one he could hit. Fouled it off. Now he's got a battle. No balls, 2 strikes. Smith's ready in the pitch. Fastball way up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. Flores, Bach, and Grace trying to get the Firebirds going. Smith comes set for the 2-2. And the pitch. Slider in the middle, swing and a miss by Flores, strike 3. So Flores strikes out, bringing up Logan Bach. Bach 0 for 1 with a ground out. Ground out over to the second baseman, who kicked it around a little bit, and Bach was able to beat it out. Bach 0 for 4 first game against the Eagles. Hard ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop comes and gets it. Valentine flips it over to first base for a quick second out of the inning.
Number 17, senior Jackson Grace.
Lucas Howden goes out and got a quick top of the fourth, and Cannon Smith looking to try to do the same here as quickly they're 2 down. Jackson Grace now digging in. Fastball misses down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Two outs, bottom of the fourth. Fastball down and in, swing and a miss. Grace grounded out his first time, 0 for 1 in the game.
Come on, Gracie, you got
Cutter
it.
there, kind of stayed up in the zone. Another swing and a miss.
Hey, battle with 2, find
1
the barrel.
ball, 2 strikes now to Grace. Fastball down and away, swing and a miss, strike 3. Grace with the strikeout to end the inning. Go no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left, and both pitchers throwing up quick innings now as Cannon Smith and Lucas Haugen are locked up. We go to the top of the 5th. This thing's flying along. Coming up for the Eagles, Chase Valentine, Mason Scowgrud, and Colton Kucera. When we get back in about 1 minute. Well, let's go, baseball fans. Let's play the top of the 5th. Eagles 4, Firebirds 2. Coming to the plate, Chase Valentine, 0 for 1 on the day, walked and flew out to center. Valentine was 1 for 4 on Friday against the Firebirds. So 1 for 5 so far against the Firebirds. Lucas Haugen still out there, ready to go, and the pitch. Right down the screws, called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Change up, rolls it over down the third baseline. Good pitch there by Haugen. That's Lucas's game. He is not going to go out and just try and overpower anybody. That's just not his game. He's going to change speeds, change locations, and do everything he can to get you on your front foot and then blow one by you. So no balls, 2 strikes to Valentine, leading off the 5th. Wind picking up even more here. You get anything up in the air to right center, and it's going to travel. Fastball in, sauced into left field, falls in front of Connor Jones for a leadoff base hit by Chase Valentine. He got it in there, and Valentine got enough of it to flip it out to left field for the leadoff single. Valentine at first, bringing up Mason Scowgrud. Scowgrud struck out twice today. Strikeout in the first, strikeout in the third. And here he is in the 5th with a runner on first, nobody out. Rolls over a ground ball to Tyler Stone. He grabs it at first. Foul ball called by the home plate umpire. So it was real close. Stone caught it and tagged the bag right away. Then threw to second to try and get the double play. Umpire calls it foul. So no balls, 1 strike now to Mason Scowgrud. Chase Valentine at first, top of the 5th, 4-2 Eagles. And the wind is causing havoc up here in the palatial press box. Yeah, papers flying everywhere, and Coach Ron Stone anchored to the umbrella because, of course, we can't sit in the sun. We're too dainty. We got all kinds of problems going on up here.
It's even messing my hair up.
Uh-oh. He took about 30 miles an hour off the Bugs Bunny. I don't even know what you'd call it. And Scalgard didn't even have to move because it was almost like getting hit by a pitch underhand. So the hit by pitch to Scalgard, and now you start to get concerned that we got to get a quick out here. That brings up Colton Kucera. Struck out, doubled the left. 1 for 2 on the day. Kucera was 2 for 4 on Friday. So he's done some damage here, and this is a big spot. Never know here for Jackson Grace. Got to read the bunt. This is a small ball style team. It doesn't matter you're hitting the 4-hole. Runners go, fastball in, throw to third. Safe. Ball beat him by a long way, and Grace just didn't get the tag on. I think what happened there was Jackson Grace went out to get the throw so that it wouldn't hop on him. And by the time he did that, he just didn't get all the way back to get the tag on Valentine. So Valentine gets a stolen base. Mason Scalgard gets a backdoor stolen base. And now it's runners on second and third. Nobody out with Kucera. 1 ball, no strikes to Kucera. Infield now in for the Firebirds. This game's getting late. Can't afford to give up another run. Kucera digs in. And the pitch. Up and away, swing and a miss. Evens it up.
Good job, Lucas.
Haugen trying to find a way here. Got to get to a spot where he can go for the strikeout. Always telling pitchers, you can't go for a strikeout unless you got 2 strikes. You're going to have to take your chances early in the count. See if you can get a rollover, see if you can get a ground ball to Jackson Grace here. Hold the runners and get that first big out of the inning. Fly ball to center field. Apodaca behind it. Looks like it's too far to go home. He's going to get it in, bring it to third base. The relay, not in time. Both runners tagged. Valentine scores. Scalgard moves up to third. And a 1 big out there for the Firebirds, but 2 runners move up. And that's a sac fly F8 RBI for Colton Kucera. So 1 big out, but that does move Mason Scalgard up to third now as Valentine scores to make it 5-2 Eagles. Firebirds still have the infield in now as Barrett Scalgard steps in. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Ground ball single left, booming double to right center. Big curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Did you get that turned off in time?
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 5-2 Eagles. Fastball down and away, misses off the plate. Good spot though. Didn't miss by a lot. Trying to get that roll over here maybe to Tyler Stone now where you can cut that run off at the plate. Got to figure the Eagles might be doing a contact play, so as soon as it's hit, they'll be going if it's down angle. Left one up and out over the plate, fouled off over the third base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, and now it's strikeout time. You got to go for the strikeout, whether that's off the plate like we saw early against Tegan Carey where it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 inches off. He just won't swing. Get out there, set up, and see if you can hit the spot. If you get it, you get it. Tried to, bounced it in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And if I'm the coaching staff, I'll do it again. Seabass, you set up 8 inches off. Lucas, you hit him between the leg. You hit him between the shin guards. If you don't move your glove, we should get the call. We've seen it before. The 2-2 pitch. Change up, stays up. 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Barrett Scalgard. Lucas Haugen trying to find a way to leave that run out there at third base, keep this thing at a 5-2 ball game. Try to get the Firebirds into the bottom of the 5th. Change up, popped it up down the third baseline in foul territory. Jackson Grace chasing it, and it falls between Grace and Haugen. And that's just wind, folks. I mean, yes, we've got to have that catch. It's a massive play. But Jackson took off where it was probably hit, and by the time the wind took control, that thing ended up all the way closer to home plate than it was to third base. It was a good hustle by both guys, and it just fell in between them. Good pitch by Lucas there, down and away. Fouled off. Good job by Barrett Skowgrud. Able to fight it off and live another day. Trying to get this ball in play, trying to get that 6th run across the board for the Eagles. Haugen set and the pitch. Fastball down the way, rolled up the middle. Routine ground ball if the infield's back. With the infield in, that skitters through on 7 hops. And a good at-bat there by Skowgrud. He's 3 for 3 on the day. Another RBI.
17, Lambert.
And the 6th run scores against the Firebirds. So we're starting to chase a few more than we want here. Cal Lambert now stepping in. 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out up the middle. Fly ball to center. Fastball away. Big swing and a miss by Lambert. Single hit by pitch, sacrifice fly, and another single. 2 runs are in now. Mix in that double steal. That was big. Runner off and going. Lambert takes a hack, fouls it over the first base dugout. Runner would have had it easy as he was gone on first move. That's that left-handed move we talk about. If Lucas picks over right there, it's an automatic out. Base runners are guessing. The coaching staff is guessing when they want to send him. And if he guesses right and the pitcher with a big lift like Lucas has goes to the plate, then it's going to be easy. Fastball in, jammed into right field, dumped in front of the right fielder, Logan Bach. Bach has to get it back in. And another base hit on an 0-2 jam shot by Cal Lambert. So the merry-go-round continues here a little bit, and that brings up Braden Nichols. Doubled to right center, grounded out to third, hit the ball both directions today. Nichols went 0 for 4 on Friday against the Firebirds. Haugen comes set. And breaking ball away, misses. Not sure why I'm seeing Tyler Stone in on the grass here with 1 out, but I doubt there's going to be a bunt with 1 out. Starting to get a big inning going here. So Stone playing in. Skowgrud leading off second. Ball in the dirt. Gets away. Skowgrud advances to third on the wild pitch. Cal Lambert doesn't read it in time, so he's still at first. So now it's first and third, 1 out. And the Firebirds got some work to do here. We got to get out of this inning somehow, some way. To Nichols, pick over to first. I would assume the Firebirds probably have somebody getting loose in the pen here. Pretty extended outing for Lucas. Had a couple quick innings, but now this one seems to be getting long on him. The 2-0 stays up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Still looking for that ground ball. Ground ball double play changes this inning completely. Haugen the pitch, 3-0 right there, called strike 1. To Nichols. Lambert at first, Skowgrud at third. Stays way up and away, not even close. Ball 4 to Nichols. And the Firebirds are facing bases loaded here with 1 out. Preston Lucas now strolling up. He's the catcher. Coach Tom Abrams comes out of the Firebird dugout, and that looks like it's going to be it, as we talked about. Probably had a pitcher getting loose over there. Haugen is now going to be done. We'll see who Coach Abrams is bringing in. Colin Hunter. Looks like he's coming in. Maybe not. Now the infielders are pushing him back. We don't really know. We don't know if this is just a conversation by Coach Abrams with Lucas Haugen, or if he's going to make a pitching change. And he does not let the umpire know, so it is just a visit. That was strictly talking to Lucas Haugen. This would be a great time to put on a pick play out there. Try and get that second big out. Try and do a predetermined pick play of some kind. So bases loaded now. 1 out. You got Scowroot at third, Lambert at second, Nichols at first, and Preston Lucas digging in from the left side. Haugen looking for that inning-ending ground ball here. Good job there. Just got ahead middle. Got to make him swing it here. No balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Top of the 5th. 6-2 Eagles. Haugen steps off and resets. Comes set at the neck, and the 0-1. Misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, Lucas, you got it, bub.
A 1-1 to Preston Lucas, the catcher for the Eagles. Haugen comes set, and the pitch. Got it in, popped him up in the infield. Tyler Stone over there. Catches it just foul, and a huge second out there for Lucas Haugen. So 2 down now. That allows
Good job, Lucas.
the corner guys to go back. Coach Tom Abrams coming out of the dugout again. And I would assume this time he's making the pitching change. He grabs the ball.
Good job, bud.
Colin Hunter comes jogging out of the Firebird dugout.
Now pitching for Chaparral Harbor, 16, Colin Hunter.
Hunter, the new pitcher, sophomore right-hander. Been in quite a few varsity games, so this is not going to be a new situation for Hunter. He throws a lot of strikes, so I don't think there's concern at all. Will he throw strikes? His game is to throw the ball across home plate. You guys hit the ball on the ground. So Hunter now starting to throw his warm-up pitches. Firebirds can't afford to fall much farther behind. They're already down 6-2. The offense doesn't seem to be clicking as it hasn't here in a little while. The Firebirds today only have 2 hits. A hit by Enzo Apodaca, a hit by Tyler. Hit jump much farther. Fielder, we saw him. I think he did a ball down. Lambert at Root at third. Eight. From foul pole over the first at bat. That Doc in a probably so Bach kind of got a tough catch. 2 outs. Outs, 2 down. Hunter. Sebastian don't want to put him on his fastball. Side corner down. This count. Top of the 5th. Misses. RBI, base on balls. 7. We lost a little. Bounces corner. Nifma score. It's got here pretty quick. Got audio, but not 100. Over to fields and throws. Throw. But she can't hear me skipping. Firebird fans. We're skipping. Yeah. Really bad, so we're gonna. See that ball misses. One strike. Slider bounce. Valentine comes hard to. Really goal is it's just fast. One ball up and away. Two balls one. Be that the see the skipping with you and trying to do what we can without. Strike to T. Bottom and away. The 3-1 pitch. Misses up, ball. At the first. We're going to try to we can get to pick really bad, folks. Skipping back, fouls it off down the first.
Jonesy.
Cannon Smith still out there. First varsity appearance, and he has got himself into the 5th inning at 70 pitches. So Smith doing a heck of a job. Slider doesn't get back there on the outside half. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Jones. Seems like maybe some of the skipping's going away. We're trying. Seems like it's getting a little better. Maybe it was just the heat on the iPad. We'll just keep trying. So the 1-1 to Jones. Middle, good, rip, fouled it off. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tegan Carey down at first base. Firebirds chasing 8 after a huge 6-run 5th by the Eagles. Slider, tried to go on back door again. Jones doesn't allow it, reaches out there, fouls it away.
Good job, Jonesy.
Still 1-2 now on Jones. And the pitch. Fouled off down the third baseline. Coach Chris Lyman makes a valiant effort to catch that one. Good at bat here by Jones. Fouling it off, trying to get himself in a count where he can get something to drive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Carey leading off first and the pitch. Hard ground ball through the 4-hole between first and second. Base hit there by Jones. And the Firebirds got something cooking with 2 on and 1 out. Carey moves into second base on the Jones single. That brings up Enzo Apodaca, 1 for 2 on the day, singled to left and lined out to right, his 2 at-bats. And you had to figure this was coming. Youngster done a heck of a job, got his club into the 5th inning, only giving up 2 runs. So the pitching coach for the Eagles is going to come out and have a little conversation with his team. Skipping, you're trying to watch this, trying to enjoy the game, and we just don't know how to fix all the skipping. We're doing what we can without turning the whole thing off and losing the broadcast completely.
Open that up. Go ahead and pop it out without turning it off. Without hitting that button. See if you can pop that out.
We're going to try and open up the iPad and cool it off even more and get it out of its case. See what happens with that. If I can do that without pushing the wrong button and losing you guys completely here.
Let's go, Zoe!
Oh yeah, the iPad's a little toasty. So Apodaca to the plate now. And the pitch misses down, ball 1. Chance to get a big inning going here for the Firebirds. Got to keep battling, got to keep fighting. Chance to get something really going here. 2 on, 1 out. Cannon Smith. Pitch count starting to pile up a little bit. And here's the Firebirds' big opportunity. Smith steps off, resets. Enzo ready to go in the 1-0 pitch. Hard on the ground, right at the second baseman. Looks like a double play ball. Flips it to Valentine, over to first, and that is an inning-ending double play. The 4-6-3 double play, and the Firebirds' bottom of the 5th ends quickly. Always hit hard, just right at him. And we move on to the top of the 6th. 8-2 Eagles. Off we go, Firebird fans, to the top of the 6th. 10-2 Eagles. Big 5th inning by the Eagles. Kind of pushed this thing out of reach, so Firebird's going to try and get back in there and see if they can get something going. Pitch by Colin Hunter's down in the dirt, ball 1. He is facing Mason Scougard. 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout, hit by pitch in his 3 at-bats. He is a Utah Valley State commit. Going up to just south of Salt Lake City, right between Salt Lake City and Provo. In between the two is Utah Valley State. I think that would be considered Orem, Utah. Foul ball by Scougard. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Looks like we got our skipping problem figured out. I think we overheated the old
Hey, good spot.
laptop, or the iPad, so it seems like we're back at it. 2-1 now. Hunter ready on the pitch. Down and in, fouled off, over towards the first base dugout.
There you go, Colin. Let's go, babe.
Scougard got hit in his 3rd at bat. Got a lollipop breaking ball that hit him in the back, and he was the 2nd runner on in a huge 6-run 5th. That's kind of put the Firebirds a little bit out of reach here. They're going to have a big inning to get back in. There's a hard ground ball over to first base. Tyler Stone over to his right, flips it over to Hunter. Hits Hunter about thigh high, and Hunter drops it. Pretty good play there by Tyler Stone. Wasn't as easy as he made it look. Fielded it, flipped it on the run. But we're going to have to call that an E1. So an error on Colin Hunter puts Scougard at first base.
Hey, roll it up.
And that brings up Colton Kucera. Kucera 1 for 2. Strikeout, double the left, and a sac fly RBI. His last at bat. Courtesy runner over at first base for the Eagles. That'd be number 14, Jared Ersman. Harrisman? Somewhere along there. Parents, sorry if I blew it up, but doing my best. At least he's getting some camera time. So Harrisman over at first base running for Scougard. And the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now. 10-2 Eagles. Hunter comes set, picks over to first. Back in safely there, spin on the dive. 1-0 pitch to Casera. Fouled off down the right field line. Wind's going to push that one out of play.
Good job, Colin.
So 1-1 to Casera. Erisman leading off first after the error on Colin Hunter in the top of the 6th. Misses down the way, gets past Sebastian Laguna, rolls halfway to the backstop. So Erisman gets to move up on the pass ball. And now there's another runner in scoring position here, and the double play goes away. So little things, whole lot of little things. I mean, we've been out hit today. We've been out pitched today. A lot of extra base hits by the Eagles today. I mean, they've hit the ball hard on many occasions. I think they got 5 extra base hits today. That pitch in the dirt. Ball. 3 balls, 1 strike now. On Casera. Skagrud on deck. He is 3 for 3 on the day. Fastball down, whips it past Jackson Grace at third base into left field for a base hit. Erisman holds up at third, and that's a knock for Colton Casera as it rolls past Jackson Grace for a 1-out single. So Skagrud moves into third. Casera over at first. Brings up Barrett Skagrud, 3 for 3 on the day. Haven't got him out yet. Double to right, single to left, single up the middle. And the pitch. Slider down and in. Gets away from Sebastian Laguna. No play at home plate. Another run scores. So Erisman scores from third on the wild pitch. Casera moves up to second. And it's 1-0 on Skagrud. Skagrud digging back in. Hunter's got to keep competing here. Got to keep fighting. Got to keep working. Fastball stays up. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes now to Barrett Skagrud. Arizona State commit, so he'll be playing in the Pac-12 about 15, 20 miles south of here next year. Fastball down and away, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes now. And this thing seems to be spiraling away from us a little bit. Got to get Colin Hunter here to get it back together. It's not a big deal. You went ground ball, little ground ball single. Not a big deal. Come on, young man. Get back in there, throwing strikes, do your thing. There's a good fastball, fouled off, 3-0 count. Not surprising there that Skagrud was swinging 3-0. Get into a bit of a blowout game, 11-2, and you're not looking to walk. You're looking to swing it. And walking is what you're doing when it's 1-1 or 2-1, not 11-2. So that's not being greedy. That's just the way the game's played. Fastball up, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Base on balls for Barrett Skagrud. So a walk there. That brings to the plate Cal Lambert. It looks like the Firebirds are going to leave Colin out there. Couple walks in his outing here. The error really hurt. Firebirds got to stay together here as a club. It doesn't. One ugly loss does not make a season. They're still alive in this season. They still have the senior pitching staff. They still got the junior experience to get something done. And it looks like Coach Tom Abrams is going to go out and potentially make a pitching change here. Probably a chance to get one of your kids some innings or get one of your your guys that you think you're going to rely on a couple more innings to try and get ready for Thursday and Friday. So it looks like it's going to be Sam Steingard.
Now pitching number 6, Sam Steingard.
So that's the end of the outing for Colin Hunter. Faces 6 guys, gives up a walk, 2 walks, a double, a single, a ground out, and an error that he made himself. So I know not the outing that Colin was looking for, but honestly, I only hit 1 ball hard. And you can live with 1 ball hard. You just can't walk those 2 guys around it. First guy being Amari Barty to lead off to the first guy he faced last inning. So Sam Steingard comes in. Looks like we got our skipping problem figured out. Steingard going to throw his warm-up pitches, and I'll be back in about 30 seconds. We are back and ready to go with Cal Lambert digging in against the new pitcher, Sam Steingard. So we saw Sam up at Sandra Day O'Connor, a few days ago. And he had a really good first inning and then kind of struggled with his control in that second inning and had to come out of the game. Foul ball up and in by Steingard. Lambert 1 for 3 on the day. Grounded up the middle, fly out, and a jam shot single in front of Logan Bach out in right field. Breaking ball, stays up.
Is he playing bunt?
Bunt.
It's 11-2.
Fastball down and away. Seabass has to go out, chase it down. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cal Lambert. 11-2 Eagles. So this one's gotten out of hand a little bit here. Firebirds trying to get themselves back into a place where they've got the offense going a little bit. It just hasn't been that way today. Inside out swing, ripped into right field. 1 hop to Logan Bach. He drops it. The runner at third does not advance on the base hit. So the base hit by Lambert, kind of inside out line drive to right. That puts Colton Kucera at third. He did not score on that hit, and he was at third before, so he thought it might have been caught by. And because it's 11-2, they're probably playing station to station. Fastball up and in, strike 1. Good pitch there by Steingard. Nothing hurt right here. Get yourself a ground ball, get out of this thing. Now the infield's going to come in with nobody out. Sorry, I thought there was 1 out. There is nobody out here, 11-2. Infield in. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Braden Nichols. So Coach Jeff Baumgartner hasn't emptied his bench yet. He's still going to pour it on here a little while longer in the 6th. We did see one pinch runner. Steingard breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Two and 1 to Nichols. Bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the 6th, 1 run already in. Fastball down and in, ball gets away. Not far enough for the runner advance. That's 3 and 1. So the inning started with an error on Colin Hunter. Single to left, walk, single to right, and it's 1 run in, bases loaded, nobody out. And this might get ugly here if we can't get ourselves a ground ball with the infield in. Fastball up and away. Called ball 4. Sure looked close enough in an 11-2 game, but it is not called a strike. It's called a ball. That's an RBI walk. Kucera scores from 3rd. Skagrud moves up to 3rd. Cal Lambert moves up to 2nd, and on the walk, Braden Nichols goes into 1st. Preston Lucas now getting pinch hit for by Brent Morgan. Breaking ball, check swing, called strike. So Brent Morgan now, we saw him, he had a couple hits on Friday against the Firebirds. So Morgan sees the lefty-lefty breaking ball, takes a little check swing. Still nobody out. Another breaking ball, called strike 2, down and in. Morgan falls behind quick here. Steingard looking for a way to get a ground ball here. Still nobody out. 12-2 Eagles. Breaking ball stays up and in. Tried to get in that front door. Didn't get the call. Pretty common. You would think at 12-2 this strike zone's going to open up pretty darn wide. And we're going to see some boys have to swing it because that's what most umpires will do. They're going to open it up and make you swing. Fastball down and away. Paints the outside corner. Umpire forgot how many strikes there were, so did not do the punch out like you normally see. So 2 down now after the strikeout by Steingard and Amari Barti. Oh, excuse me, 1 out. That was the first out of the inning. So Morgan strikes out looking at Amari Barti, steps in. He's 0 for 1. With a fly ball to right center, a hit by pitch and a walk. Both the hit by pitch and the walk scored. Fastball down and in, almost gets him. 1 ball, no strikes. Corners are in. Middle or back, trying to turn that double play. Steingard working for that double play. I think Barti runs pretty well, so it could be tough. And the pitch. Breaking ball, down and in, swing and a miss. One on one to Barti. Right-handed hitting center fielder, like I told you before, made some pretty catches in the game on Friday where it looked like he was just coasting to the ball, running down. Breaking ball down, fouled off the front foot of Barti, rolls over to the Chaparral dugout. 1-2 now on Barti. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out, 12-2 Eagles. And the pitch. Fouled off down the right side over the first base dugout. Steingard getting some work in here. Probably some badly needed work. He hadn't pitched consistently in a while. Now he's getting a pitch on a Friday, Tuesday. Good for him. Get his pitches dialed in. Try and make a run these last 4 games and see what happens. Fastball down and in, misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Amari Barti. I don't know exactly the Firebird playoff picture. I'll do a little research as we get into Thursday and Friday's game and see where we're at and what it looks like. There's a breaking ball, swing and a miss, Barti. Bases are occupied, so that's 2 down. So a strikeout of Barti on the breaking ball down. And that's the 2nd out of the inning, and that brings up number 2, Noah Nithman. Nithman has flew out, tripled to right center, struck out looking, and doubled to right. So he's got a couple big knocks, 3 RBIs on the day. And like I told you, Coach Bumgarner's not emptying the benches. His leadoff guy is up there ready to go. Slider down and away, misses, ball 1. As I was saying, I'll do a little research, try and figure out where the Firebirds stand on Thursday to try and give you an update, what our playoff position looks like. I can tell you, generally, got a couple of good PowerPoint wins along with a really high opponent ranking. So our opponents rank very high in the state of Arizona, one of the toughest schedules in the whole state. And that is a big benefit to the overall PowerPoints. Not sure where in the world that pitch missed in a 12-2 game, but didn't get the call. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Nithman. Up for his 5th time this game. Hard on the ground to Cade Carney. A little backhand, flips it over to Tyler Stone, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we get the 3rd out, but 2 more runs score. 12-2 Eagles when we come back. We're back, Firebird fans. Well, let's get going here. Let's see if we can fight. We want the boys to fight right here. It's a little out of reach, but number 1, crazy things happen, and number 2, we want them to compete every out of every game. Coming to the plate, Tyler Stone, 1 for 2 on the day. Ground out to second and a base hit to right. Stone rips one down the right field line. That gets down, bounces up, hits the top of the fence, bounds back a little bit towards the infield. Stone's going to rumble into second base. And there is a leadoff double by Tyler Stone. That is the 4th hit of the game for the Firebirds, folks. So we got 3 off Cannon Smith. 3-5. And that brings up Cade Carney. So Carney now definitely not in a move him over situation. He is in a get on base at any cost situation. Just don't know. Crazier things have happened. And he's got to fight his way on. Fastball away from Colton Fedina, the new pitcher. So Colton Fedina is now pitching for the Eagles. First pitch called, strike. Fastball down and in, skits away from Preston Lucas. Good decision there by Tyler Stone. You got to be able to almost jog into third base to even consider. One base really does not matter at this point. We need plus or minus 10 base runners, so one base isn't going to matter. The 1-1 now to Carney. 0 for 2, 1 for 1 on the day. Hit by pitch and a strikeout. And the pitch. Fastball grounded to the second baseman, little four hopper. Second baseman throws it over to first for the second out of the inning.
Number 21, John Flores.
So that brings Flores to the plate, who had came in and pinch hit for Trevor Long back in the third inning. So now here in the sixth, Flores comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Fedina ready with a runner at third and one out. Breaking ball, hanging called, strike one. No balls, one strike, one out. Fastball down and away. Got fooled, kind of an ugly swing and a miss there.
Come on, Johnny, battle
No
with two.
balls, two strikes. Flores got to
Let's
clear
go,
his
Junior.
head and battle here. Clear his head and battle. No balls, two strikes. And the pitch. Fastball up and away, hits a weak ground ball over to second base. That's going to get the RBI done. Not sure that that's what they were looking for, but it does get the job done with two strikes and gets the RBI and Tyler Stone and make it 12-3. So Flores grounds out on the RBI to second base, and that creates the second out of the inning. And we are off to Tristan Regan, who's going to pinch hit for Logan Bach.
Tristan Regan.
So Regan now going to pinch hit for Logan Bach. Fastball down and away, misses. Ball one. Fastball in, shaves the inside corner. One ball, one strike now. 12-3 Eagles. Breaking ball stays up. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Regan.
What do you say, Tris? You got this.
Fastball down and in, swing and a miss.
Come on, T-Ray.
2-2 to Tristan. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Eagles 12, Firebirds 3. Bounces one in there. Fastball way up and away. Ball 4 to Regan. Another base runner here for the Firebirds.
22, Keanu Spencer.
And that brings up Keanu Spencer, who's pinch hitting for Jackson Grace. So Spencer getting an at-bat here in a bit of a blowout. Sun coming back out, kind of peeking out from behind the cloud here, giving us a little bit of better lighting for the broadcast. So Spencer digs in, hits hard to left field, down the left field line, hooking, foul ball. No balls, 1 strike to Spencer. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Breaking ball, misses down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Firebirds were really hoping today to do something here against this Eagles team they fought hard against on Friday, but so far it's just been kind of outpowered at the plate. Little pick move over to first base. The coaching staff immediately says, "What are you doing? Throw the ball to home plate, please." If he steals, he steals. We really don't care. Surprised, kind of surprised they're even holding with 2 outs. just doesn't matter. You just need to trade bases for outs here. And the pitch. Fastball all the way in. Nicks him on the jersey, and that ends up being a hit by pitch. So Spencer gets on first on a hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up our third pinch hitter in a row. It's going to be Anthony Laguna, pinch hitting for his brother Sebastian.
Pitching number 10, Anthony Laguna.
So now you got Reagan at second, Spencer at first, Laguna at the plate, still 2 outs, 12-3 Eagles. First pitch in the dirt by Colton Fedina. It's like Jackson Grace is going to now re-enter for Keanu Spencer. So Grace goes back in, and now Grace is running at first base after Spencer was hit by pitch. Laguna takes ball 1. So it's 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 12-3, and you just never know. I've seen crazy things happen in baseball. A couple more base runners, a couple more bloops, and a blast, and all of a sudden, it's not out of reach. There's another ball in the dirt by Colton Fedina, so it's 2-0 now on Laguna. The Eagle coaching staff, I think, just asking Fedina to throw it in there. Well, let's see if we can catch a line drive. The 2-0. Way up in Laguna. It looks like Fedina is now aiming the ball a little bit, trying to throw strikes, and that's impossible. That's not one of those options you have as a pitcher, is trying to throw strikes, because you never practice it. So the 3-0, right down the middle, taken all the way, strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Anthony Laguna. Fastball away, flip down the right field line, getting away from the outfielder. He's chasing it. It lands fair all the way in the corner. Wind pushed it all the way into the corner. Laguna going for 3. The tire came off, the helmet came off. Might have lost a buckle on the way, but Laguna slides head first into third. And that's a 2-run triple for Anthony Laguna. It started out what looked like a fly ball that might end up in shallow right, and the wind just kept pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Next thing you know, it ends up all the way in the corner. So that's a 2-run triple by Anthony Laguna, and that makes it 12-5 Eagles. And you never know. You just never know. Tegan Carey now to the plate, just trying to keep the inning going somehow, some way. Whether it's a walk, whether it's a knock, it doesn't matter. It's 12-5. You get on base, and Jones hits one in the gap, and all of a sudden it's 12-7, and it starts to become a different conversation. Fedina, first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Firebirds trying to make a little noise here. Got 3 in the inning. RBI ground out by John Flores and a 2-run triple by Anthony Laguna. Fedina throws another pitch out of the strike zone, and that immediately brings coaching staff out of the Eagles dugout to have a conversation here. Let's see if it's going to be a pitching change or just going to be a conversation. Looks like it's going to be a change, as the skipper immediately takes the ball from Fedina, and the left fielder gets called in. So you can bet the Eagle coaching staff, Coach Baumgartner and his staff, are saying, we're not letting this get away from us. We're gonna make a move sooner versus later, and they're gonna bring in their closer, the shortstop, Chase Valentine. So with a 2-0 count on Tegan Carey, they waste no time, and they bring in the closer. in a 12-5 game, and it makes sense. This thing gets away from me a little bit. All of a sudden, it's 12-8. Uh-oh. Becomes a lot harder to get those out. So Valentine now comes in to finish up the at-bat against Tegan Carey. Again, it's a 2-0 count on Carey. Laguna at third, who was courtesy ran for by Mason Dillo, our full-time pitcher, part-time pinch runner extraordinaire, with abandon, in quotes. So Valentine getting loose. We saw Valentine the other day. It looks like he's got a plus slider. Not overpowering, probably low 80s at best, but he's got a good-looking hammer that looks tight and sharp, and looks like he can control it. Valentine's a sophomore, number 4. Been playing shortstop all day, but now is on the mound to face Tegan Carey. The count on Carey, again, is 2 balls, no strikes. So it's 2-0 on Carey as Valentine digs in. Going out of the windup now with Mason Dillo on third. Fastball, pours it in the middle right there. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Carey. And the pitch. Fastball, misses in, 3-1. So 3-1 to Tegan. Tegan takes a big rip, drives it to right fielder, outfielder going back, pushing him a little farther back. He goes back, makes the catch about 10, 15 feet from the track, and that ends up being an F9 for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Firebirds do manage to push 3 across the board, make it 12-5 as we go to the 7th. Be back in a minute. Off we go to the top of the 7th. 12-5 Eagles. Leading off for the Eagles, number 4, now the pitcher, Chase Valentine. Valentine 1 for 3 on the day, a walk, single to left, ground out, a fly out. Valentine digs in against Sam Steingard, and off we go. Cutter down and in, just misses on the inside half. 1 ball, no strikes. Two-0 now. Valentine hitting the 2-hole here today for the Eagles, same as he did last game we played him on Friday. Fastball on the outside half, big swing and a miss by Valentine. Evens Getting Sam Steingart trying to get back in the count a little bit now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tries to go backdoor with a little cutter, doesn't get there. 3-1 now. A 3-1 to Valentine, top of the 7th. Firebirds chasing 7th. Fastball up, big swing and a miss. Evens up the count, 3-2. Steingart trying to get that lead-off hitter. Trying to get that offense back in there, and you never know. Chasing 7. Fastball away, big swing and a miss. Strike 3. Valentine strikes out swinging for the first. He ends up 1 for 4 on the day with a walk. And that brings up Mason Skagrud. And we've got a pinch hitter. It is our number 12, Chase Van Dyke.
Not you, baby, not you.
First pitch called, strike on the outside half. So Van Dyke now digging in. We've seen him do some courtesy running. First at bat we've seen him. Fouls one off down the right field line. Steingart ahead quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th. 12-5 Eagles. Fastball up and away, swing and a miss, strike 3. Van Dyke strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up number 6, Colton Kucera. 2 for 3 on the day. Strikeout, double to left, single to left, and a sac fly to center field for an RBI. So Kucera is 2 for 3. Steingart gets 2 quick outs here in the 7th. Tries the backdoor breaking ball, doesn't quite get there. Ball 1.